If this is your first time to the channel, please do so. Make sure that you're subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications so that way you don't miss another video like this one coming your way. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help this channel grow. Please feel free to leave a comment. We do get back to all of our comments. This video is not intended for children under the age of 17 years old. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of MOE'S Tour. Come from Myron Tours, and today, here we go, this is the third part. So it is the third installment to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's dinner playset, the family dinner playset. Okay, so Trick or Treat Studios has released this finally. It is available. You can go onto their website and check it out. But right here on MOE'S Toy Room, we have done 2 videos for this already, and this will be the third video. So after this, I believe there will be 2 more videos, and on the last video, we're going to pair them all up and put them all at the same table together and kind of check out how they reenact with each other, you know, to get that old movie feel from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, so here we got some Trick or Treat Studios, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Barbecue Slaughter Cook. You ain't nobody, you're just a cook. You make me and Leatherface do all the work. I ain't into all that killing. Yeah, here he is over here. There is the cook, just laughing it up. I mean, the picture couldn't explain it even better. Trick or Treat Studios knocked it out the park. The package art on this is incredible. I love the photo right there to the side of the cook. And yes, I love even the bubble, the way that the bubble looks with the chainsaw look. They got it looking like a chainsaw. To be honest, yeah, just the Leatherface up there with Sally's eyes in the background. To be honest, I really did not want to open these because these packages were mint when I got them. And they are incredible, and they are very, very durable. So Trick or Treat Studios has come a long way since their Scream Grates, their first line of Scream Grates, where the bubble was, on some of them, the bubble was already coming off of the backer card. It wasn't glued on right and everything, and I explained it in those videos. But on these, they're listening. They are listening, folks, so they fixed that problem. And these bubbles are on those backer cards very tight, and those backer cards are not cheap. They are thick material, and we're gonna get to that and show you that. But anyway, here you have the cook. Looks like he has like a cleaver. Looks like he has a hand hook, and it looks like he has a foot. So the problem that I got with what he brings, okay, I don't mind the cleaver, right? But I really wish that they would have switched out the hook and the foot for the actual broom, maybe giving him a broom and that little gunny sack, that little sack that he puts over Sally, you know, because that's a pivotal moment in that movie when he gets her in there. She thinks everything's safe, and all of a sudden he comes in with the sack, and she's like, no, no, no. And then he just starts hitting her with the broom and stuff, you know, like, quiet down, bitch. She found out real quick she was off to a home filled with hell, and she was going to be beaten and head split open and possibly chopped up while she sits there and watches all her friends that have passed away before her. Yeah, this movie just knocks it out the park. But I'm sure you guys have already watched it if you're a horror movie fan. So the card art just knocks it out the park. Everything does. There you got the side of the box. Look at that. It's thick. It's really thick. I mean, nice. Super nice. I love the way that they did that. And then you got the background right here. Yeah, you could see them right there. They got a good photo of them right there at the very top. And so far we have unboxed and reviewed the family dinner playset. We have unboxed and reviewed Razor Slicing Hitchhiker. Now we are doing Barbecue Slaughter Cook. And then the last 2 will be Leatherface. So Don't know whether the Dance of Death Leatherface or the Saw Slinging Leatherface will be next, but I know one of them will. So we're going to check that out for you folks for sure. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Yeah, and make sure you like these videos, for that way I could keep doing more. Maybe YouTube will someday decide to put me in the algorithm. I don't know, but I've been on this thing going at it now for 5 or 6 years, and YouTube still is not giving me a push. So yeah, but I am on my last leg here with copyrights too. So I mean, as to how long I'm gonna be able to go on, if you see that the channel disappeared, it's because I finally got my last copyright. So yeah, and I'll be gone for about a year or whatever takes, and I'll be right back. It happens to the best of us, folks. Just trying to give you guys good viewing stuff. So come on, bear with me, man. Like the video and tell your friends about it, share it, all that. But here we are. So I would have preferred the broom, the gunny sack that goes over Sally, versus having the actual hook and the foot. Just saying, my personal opinion. And I think that it would have looked like the figure brought more. And then this would have been a more sought after figure. I think he's probably the weaker one out of the bunch. But I don't know. Only time can tell, folks. Only time can tell. Let's crack this baby open. All right, folks. So we are back. First off, tail of the tape. Our cook is checking in slightly over 5 inches tall. So he's almost as tall. He's almost as short as Sally was. Although the twisted brother or whatever he is, the hitchhiker, he was like 5.5 inches. So yeah, roughly. So we're looking at, yeah, he's about 13 centimeters to be honest. So there you go, folks. All right, so these guys are not going to have a whole lot of articulation, but they are very nice, and they're available now. So check out, what is it, Trick or Treat Studios? Yeah, Trick or Treat Studios. Head over to their website. Go in and pick them up for you. They got them for $24.99 right now. That's not including shipping, not including tariffs. If they're doing tariffs, don't know. And the play set through them is $69.99. So that's not including tariffs and tax and shipping. But you do have online dealers. So Big Bad Toy Store does have these, I believe, for just about the same price. So last I saw, they were pre-order, but I believe they're shipping them out now. And if you bundle them all up together, you might get all of them for like a $4 flat shipping rate. So that's something that, don't hold me to that, but I believe that that's something that Big Bad Toy Store does do. So you could check them out. Entertainment Earth also is advertising them. And online, go on to eBay. eBay has the family dinner play set right now for $59.99. So some dealers have it. Some have it $59.99 with free shipping. Some have it for $59.99, $15.50 shipping. Some have it for $69.99. Some have it for $79.99. It just depends. You just got to shop. But there are dealers that do have the figures, versus being $24.99 US dollars, not including shipping. Some of them have them for $20. So like, yeah, like $19.99 free shipping, $19.99 $4.64 shipping. So just be on the lookout, and maybe you could bundle deals up like that, folks. All right. So now that you see his size, here is what he brings. So he brings the cleaver. There it is. You can see that, how that looks. Sorry if the camera will blur out from time to time. Let me get a better light on here. You can see him better. There you go. All right. And then you have this like hook right here that he would hold in his hand. But the thing is you really got to be careful with these small parts like this with kids, because this one, like, it's not good to swallow any of this, but this thing's gonna wedge into something. So yeah, just keep it out of reach of children and your pets. And then you got the foot. I would have rather preferred versus having like, as a joke, versus having the hook, a foot with maybe a pot of like barbecue or something. So, you know, like you put your foot in it, like the cook put his foot in it, and now he's laughing. All right, just making a joke, folks. I don't know how funny it is, but it's funny to me. All right, so it's review time, folks. I noticed with Sally and with Grandpa and all them, because Sally and Grandpa come with the playset. So the playset's pretty loaded. So if you haven't seen it, go down into my library. It's like probably like 2 videos before this one, and it's right there. I mean, it's probably going to come up on recommended anyway, so we'll see. All right, so we will go to the side. But I would love it if YouTube would actually put me the algorithm, man. Give me some play. Like, come on, I put a lot of time. I have like 600, going on 670 videos. And it's like they're not giving me no play at all. Like not putting me in the algorithm, just not helping me trend, nothing. And I put out some pretty good material. All right, so we will go up close for you to check out the cook. If you want to see him, you can see his shoes. There's a lot to this dude. I mean, pretty cool figure. What do you guys think? Are you going to pick him up? I do got to say that I have been impressed with the way that they've been doing the shoes. So they are knocking them out the park. So they're just a little too cleaned up, though. For me, I think they need to be a little bit more dirty to be more authentic. But these are supposed to be retro style. So kind of the way that the original Star Wars and, you know, figures like that were back in the day. So not much articulation. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, but you can leave it in the comments. All right. So here we have the cook. So head will go around. Obviously you could get the head to go around. It does not go up and down. It's just on the single joint. He got his little hunch over because that's just the way he is. Even if you try to stand him up more, it's just the way he is. Okay, head won't go side to side, but his arms do go up and around. He does have movement in the hands. If you want to do creepy hand, there's creepy hand right there. Okay, and then he does have this one right here, and he has this one, right, this hand, so he could hold something. He's a kind of perv, though. You know, like you would think like he'd be, Sally, But anyway, come on. All right. So one thing pretty cool about these guys is if you put like a weapon in their hand, okay, you could like turn them and get them to like swing it. So you could get them to swing it. And they have like that adjuster like at the waist. And they got that kind of action going on there. You see how crazy that dude looks? Look at that. That looks freaking nuts. All right, so that's about how the foot's going to go there. The back one's not going to stretch out for a full split because it's only right here, and no, the legs do not go in a split position like this. So they are not going to do the Bruce Lee kick, and then he does single joint on the knee, and same as the other. And I don't think that there should be any, no foot articulation because the other ones didn't have it either. So, yeah, there you go. What do you guys think? Check this dude out. Looks freaking nuts, doesn't he? It's pretty wild. I mean, you know, he holds that cleaver very good. So, but you could probably use this for like in a background or something on the actual family dinner. So, yeah, there you go, folks. Well, all right, folks, that'll do it right here. Let me know what you guys think. My opinion on the weapons that he should have brought, the accessories. Like I said, we have already unboxed and reviewed the Hitchhiker. So I just split it a little bit here at the top, pulled him out of there because I'm going to keep him in there for that way I don't lose none of his stuff. But at the end of all these videos, I'm going to put them all together, put them all at the same table. So if you haven't seen that video, it's the video before this one. And the family dinner playset is the video before that, the one that brings Sally and Grandpa. All right, so then we have the Dance with Death, Leatherface. They're not calling it the crossdresser, they're calling it Dance with Death, and then this is a saw slinging Leatherface over here, and I'm gonna put it out again. I do not know if this is the same Leatherface that came in the package, the special edition package for Texas Frightmare. Obviously, I am here in California, and I have not went to any of those events yet in Texas, which hopefully someday I will. But they had the exclusive Texas Frightmare, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface. So let me know, guys, if this is the same one that they put in that special edition package. But I would sure love to have one, and I'd leave it in the package, and I would give somebody a shout out if they would just send me one. I know they're so expensive, and I just can't do it online. Like, I look at my kids and I'm like, oh man, y'all ain't eating today. I'm buying this sucker. But anyway, because it's like in the shape of Texas. If you would love to donate one to Moe's Toy Room, I've never asked. It's just that I really want one for the collection. DM me, please. Let me know. I'll give you a shout out on the channel for sure. Definitely. All right, folks. So please like, comment, subscribe. And from Moe's Toy Room to yours, good night, everyone.